Good, great, glorious day to you, co-creators. This is your boy, Corey Creech, the Ascending Master, and I want to thank you all so very much for joining me here on my channel. I truly appreciate you all for the continued love, support, likes, shares, and subscriptions to the channel. Every bit of me wants to reciprocate that love by just saying thank you and letting you know that I do not take it for granted. Today, I'm going to bring forth a message for the astrological sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. I get a extremely high vibrational connection to this reading, Leo. In my pre-shuffle, the Sun card popped out 3 times. I don't know what the sign is just yet, but every bit of me is excited to figure out and or connect with this energy. All the same, I'm going to start this reading by asking your ancestors to give you all guidance on what it is you should be focused on right now, in the now. I'm going to then utilize the original tarot deck to determine and or see what you are currently going through that is causing your ancestors to guide you along the path in which they have chosen. And finally, I will utilize the mystical goddess tarot deck to determine and or see what the outcome would be if you heed these messages from your ancestors. Okay? Without further ado, let us go ahead and begin. Spirit, what message do you have for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus? Where would you be guiding them to focus their time, energy, and attention on? We thank you, we honor you, and we adore you now. What message do you have for my Leos? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Spirit. My Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, we thank you. First card we have is remember who you are, Leo. There's a sense of culture and beliefs, like there's a sense of challenging one's traditions with the ways of the world in which you live in today, right? And so perhaps you're losing yourself, Leo, from your roots, and your ancestors wanting you to remember who you are, to find yourself around the elders of your family. Sit down with your grandparents and or perhaps ask questions about your lineage and or your history. There's a sense of resilience here that is sort of kind of setting you apart, right? Like every bit of you are unique. Every bit of you vibrant. You're meant to stand out, right? You're meant to be noticed. And I get this sense that somebody is trying, look, shine brightly. I get the sense that somebody perhaps doesn't want to be in the limelight or doesn't want to be like sticking out like a sore thumb. But your ancestors are guiding you to shine brightly, to be proud of who you are, to stand out and appreciate your individuality, to move your body and find yourself expressive, dancing, flowing, breathing, rejoicing, and enjoying life to the fullest and all it has to offer you. There's a energy here of connecting with passed on pets that have transitioned to the other side of life. Perhaps, Leo, you have a connection to animals. I even get a sense of having this connection since a very young age, right? There's a deep inner knowing and or way of communicating with them. There's a sense of healing that you get even when you are around animals, sitting with them, talking to them. Perhaps you heal animals just as much as they heal you. Oh, wow. Leo, answer the call. explore, travel, and live life to the very fullest. Your ancestors want you to be aware of what is before you, what is in store, and the responsibility of understanding what that means. It's almost like you are meant to be a star in the public eye, and your spirit guides are wanting you to be grateful for that knowing, for that truth, right? Tap into your ancestors, connect with past loved ones who have transitioned to the other side of life. But in this energy, your ancestors want you to sense them, feel them, and reconnect with them in a way that perhaps you have not done before, right? Calling them out by name, understanding where you come from only heightens or enhances one's connection to their ancestors, right? When you realize what your grandmother or great-grandmother got into and what she loved or what she liked above all else, when you realize the foods that she perhaps cooked and her favorite dessert, or where she would work at on the weekends and wanted to provide income and support wherever she could. Like, knowing everything you can know about where you come from is going to aid you in where it is you are being guided and or led to. Where it is answering the call will take you. Right, Leo? Let us find out what you are currently going through and or dealing with that is causing your ancestors to guide you along this path. Thank you, we honor you, and we adore you, my spirit. What message do you have for my Leos? Some new Isaiah or Venus. Thank you, we honor you, and we adore you now, spirit. We have the Star card, Aquarius energy. We have the Chariot, which speaks to Cancer energy, or excuse me, Gemini energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Every bit of Earth energy here. So I'm getting a lot of different energies, Leo, coming from the Star card. One, this could be the energy of someone who has healed a great emotional, damaging experience, right? Something that caused a person to pour out all they knew with regards to love and start from square one with their well emptied and replenishing it. This is someone who poured out their emotions and love and experiences and healing on the world, right? This is the energy of someone who perhaps is in the limelight, is meant to be in the limelight. Perhaps it's the energy of someone who is a star in someone's eye, in someone's life. But you were guided to move on, to leave a situation, to put yourself first. But I feel you were led and or guided, Leo, to a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Or perhaps you moved on from your star, from someone that you, from someone that you were married to, someone that you wanted to commit to, someone that you certainly made promises to. Yeah, so, So we have the Hierophant with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles speaks of working hard at something, right? Wanting to ensure a desired outcome takes place. And so you put forth all of your energy, effort, resources, time, attention, and seeing that through. And so I was speaking of the star card and trying to represent who the star was and the overall meaning of the three cards laid out here. And the Hierophant, along with the Eight of Pentacles, came out. And so I feel like this is someone who perhaps is healing now based on actions taking place, based on you moving away from them. This is someone that you are either in a commitment with or someone that you planned on committing to. Someone in which you've insinuated and or worked hard at keeping this connection, keeping this commitment. Or perhaps this person worked hard at keeping the commitment, at understanding what it was. Then you have the High Priestess. This speaks of someone who is spiritual in nature, someone who perhaps has hidden information and or knowledge. And this Two of Pentacles speaks of someone who is juggling, someone who is imbalanced, someone who perhaps does not know what it is that they want, what it is that they're trying to do. And this juggling is causing emotional instability. This juggling is causing one's mental state to be out of whack, out of alignment, not at its best. And so I sense that you, Leo, moved away from someone who was a star, from someone who you were meant to be with, to someone who perhaps was greedy, who wanted you for only what you could provide to them materialistically, right? Money, fame, fortune, first-class flights, vacations, trips around the world, right? Like, you didn't realize that this person, too, was juggling. This person, too, had hidden information and or knowledge from you, Leo. This person, too, every bit of caused you heartache, emotional upheaval. Yeah, the King of Wands. This is the energy of someone who is every bit of strong and passionate, very handsome, someone who is clever with their words and flashy, right? This is the king that you certainly would hear, smell, and see miles away before they ever actually enter into your vicinity, right? And this King of Wands has their eyes set on someone. This King of Wands has their eyes set on a commitment, a person in which they wanted to marry. I feel like the person who was supposed to be their Ten of Pentacles, their wish fulfillment, their everything. And I feel like that has come to an end. I feel like this story, this moving away from someone who you realize you actually wanted to be with. You juggling someone that you absolutely had a commitment to. You lying and keeping secrets away from someone who did the same thing to you, or whereby the same thing happened unto you, caused you to be defeated. Five of Swords. You did not, Leo, favor in your current situation and or circumstance. Whatever it is that you are going through, whatever it is that you had gone through, you got defeated. You lost. There was no victory. There was no Ten of Pentacles. There was no twin flame. There was no reconciliation. There was no communication. There's no messages. There is no water out here whatsoever. There is no love in this reading. None. So this speaks of individuals who hide their emotions. This speaks of individuals who are every bit of unable and or unwilling to express themselves emotionally. This is people who utilize manipulative, conniving, inauthentic tactics to get their point across, get their way, express themselves, to move and or maneuver in life. This is backwards, people. This is not, right? So this, again, defensive. Someone who is having to fight off those who are now coming up against him, those who are finding out the truth, right? This is every bit of your world, Leo, turning upside down, things not going according to plan. Yeah, and I love that this Ace of Pentacles wanted to come out but was stopped in its tracks, because it speaks of you not knowing and or believing that that opportunity is gone. It's lost. It's no more. All this love that was never expressed, just sitting there. Ensure, Leo, whomever you are, ensure that you do not carry this way of life, this way of being, this not having the courage, the strength, or the know-how of expressing what you feel inside. Do not share who you love, what you love with other people, with third parties, with friends, with family members, with anyone that is not the person in which you are choosing to, i.e., express this love to. Let's find out what will transpire if you heed these messages, Leo. Let's find out what happens if you answer the call, if you remember who you are, if you allow your light to shine so brightly, to move and flow your body around, releasing stagnant and stuck energy, allowing oneself to be a channel, a vessel of communication, of connection with divine, with those who have gone to the other side of life. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Leos as to what will their life pertain to if they heed these messages from their ancestors? We thank you, we honor you, and we adore you. First, we have the Ace of Realization, followed by the Chariot. So every bit of truth, clarity, insight coming in about moving on, moving forward, right? Perhaps you were someone who had a dogmatic mindset, someone who was stuck in a way of life, in a way of living, in a tradition, and pleasing people who don't really matter in your life. And there's this divine sense of clarity that came in that opened you up and allowed you to speak your truth, to then go after what you wanted. And this is Athena, the goddess of war. So this is someone who is going to be victorious after whatever it is they are in pursuit of. The fact that this maiden of revolution is here speaks of someone who has so much passion and creativity within them that they just will not stop, right? This person is determined to be something, to be somewhere, to get somewhere and go after someone of purity, someone that they seen and or thought was purity, a divine mother, a person who was always loving, nurturing, caring, not only to herself and others, but to the world, to things that were of non-physical life form, right? This is someone who embodied the divine feminine energy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit. What other message do you have for my Leos? Yes, someone who, unbelievable. Someone who has cleansed themselves from their iniquities. Someone who has closed out cycles, patterns, negative thought forms, people, places, and experiences that did not favor in this person's life, right? Third parties and or situations that brought about negativity. Every bit of people who give their opinions frivolously. But it is because of your ascension. It is because you have raised up in your vibration and the resonance in which you carry on a consistent basis. No part of that criticism, no part of that negative mindset and or talk will defeat you. Will it come against you? Will it hinder you and or slow you down on your journey, on your progress? This is absolutely beautiful to know that this will be the outcome if you just heed the messages of your ancestors, if you learn to tap in and follow your intuitive guidance. I love you, Leo. Every bit of me stands with you, knowing that everything is always working out for your greatest good and the greatest good of all. Namaste.